Welcome to W.E.S.T.
Hey guys, welcome back to my podcast channel, W.E.S.T, W-E-S-T, or welcome if you're new here. So, I've been slacking, okay? Don't judge your girl, all right? Don't judge me. It takes me time to process my feelings and my thoughts to be able to come on here and make a full video for you guys. So I've been thinking a lot, and I realized I don't really talk much about my learning disability. I have mentioned it before on my main channel. If you do not follow me on my main channel, I post crazy stuff on there. I do it all. I cook, I clean, I talk about drama, I talk about my mental, I do it all. I'll have everything in the description down below for you guys to check out. But that's not what we're gonna be talking about, okay? We're gonna be talking about my learning disability. So, in school, I was an IEP student. If you don't know what an IEP is, it is a written document with all your struggles, everything on there that you have trouble with. And it's a document that follows you all throughout your school career. So once you have it, it's not going anywhere. It will follow you from school to school, from grade to grade. Things will be updated on it. So it's a written document. So I had an IEP from, I want to say, like 5th grade. Oh shoot. I don't know if you guys heard that, but my phone case just fell off the back of my phone because it's so ghetto. And I have not been able to get a new one. But I had an IEP since 5th grade all the way until high school. And even in high school, I still had my IEP. But it started in 5th grade. So I didn't even, to be honest, I did not know I had one until I got into 7th grade. That's when I really started to realize the difference of the classes I was in and the classroom settings and the environment. First of all, my classrooms were small. They weren't that small. It was maybe like 10 to 15 people in my class, in each classroom that I went in, where a regular classroom had 30 kids in there, 20 to 30 kids in there. That was the regular classes. So that's when I caught on. I was like, why every time I go into a classroom, there's not a lot of kids here? I was like, what's going on? And so that's when I started to notice. I was like, wow, okay, I see the difference. And in the smaller classrooms, they pay more attention to your needs. And also, I noticed that in my classroom, we had 2 teachers. That is something I almost forgot to mention. We had 2 teachers. I forgot about that. So there was the main teacher, and then there was, I guess, the side teacher, whatever you call it. What do you call those teachers? I don't fucking know, but they have a name for it. There was always 2 teachers in my classroom. And so the second teacher was the one who would after the first teacher would go over the lesson and everything, then the second teacher would come around and see if we needed anything. Oh my God, that's so crazy. I had no idea. I was like, why is there 2 teachers in here? In 5th grade, bro, like I remember one of the teachers' names, the one who went around helping the kids and stuff. The second teacher, her name was Miss Rogers. I remember her. Oh my God, like she was so cute though. She was so sweet. She was kind of short. She had brown hair, glasses. She would always make sure that everyone understood what was happening. She would go around and stuff. So that was like my second clue that I caught on to. But then when I got into high school, I was like really upset because I was like, why? Like, I didn't really understand what was happening, and I didn't understand like why I needed extra help. I just didn't. Like, I didn't understand it. But then, like, I was upset because I didn't understand. But at the same time, when I was doing the work, it's like, especially those, especially reading comprehensions, I was so bad at like understanding what I read. I could read a whole paragraph, okay? And I didn't need anyone to read it for me. Like, they have those teachers where like they'll come around and read it to you or whatever, but I mostly read it on my own, and I still didn't understand. I was like, oh my God, like, what did I just read? Like, I don't know. Like, it was so hard for me to retain the information. And honestly, that was my biggest problem in school, was just being able to retain all the information and keep the information in my mind. It was so hard for me to just keep it there. And so that was like one of my biggest faults. It was so hard for me to do that. Also, like, with like numbers and math, that shit had me fucked up. Let me tell you, I almost did not graduate high school because of algebra. That's so embarrassing to say, but it's true. I literally almost did not make it. They wanted me to graduate in 2017, but I fought for it. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I was like, there's no way you are going to keep me from graduating with my graduating class. I worked so hard. And even though I was a special ed student, I still was like on top of my shit. Like, I was still like getting good grades, like not the best grades. Okay, not the best. Like, I was between like 70s and 80s. Okay, like those were my grades. And they were good enough for me. I remember some people were, like my friends were complaining about getting 90s. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you complain about getting, I remember they would get so upset about getting like a 91 or a 92. And I'm like, make it make sense. I wish I had those grades. I wish, but I just stayed in like 70, 80 range with my grades. And that was okay for me because I knew that I tried my best, and that was just what I had to give. Okay, like there was nothing more. Sometimes when you try and push yourself to be better, it's like sometimes what you have and what you're putting out is enough. Sometimes it's enough, sometimes it's not enough. Obviously it was enough because I graduated in 2016 with my graduating class. I did it. It was so hard for me. Oh my God, I remember every day I was literally crying every day I went to school because I was like, I really want to understand. I was like, oh my God, like I need to understand this. Like, there's no way I'm gonna like fall behind and fail. Like, I was not accepting failure for an option. And they were so set on making me graduate in 2017. The fuck I look like graduating a year later? No, we're not doing that. I graduated at 17 years old. If they would have made me wait until 2017, I would have been fucking 18 years old graduating. No. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, I guess. I guess some people graduate at 18, but I graduated at 17 years old. So, fun fact, 17 is when I graduated. Oh my God, I feel so old. I'm 24 now. Oh my God. Anyways, so I'm trying to like remember everything, but so that was like the biggest problem I had was numbers and like comprehension skills, being able to understand everything that I just read. I had issues with that mainly. Everything else, not really. School is just a lot of comprehension, like a lot. Like that's mainly what it is. Like everything you read or see is basically like school is just being able to retain and hold the information that is being written or that is being read. That's basically what school is, if you really want to like get technical. So I'm trying to like really remember. This was years ago. Okay, like so I remember fighting to get my chance at gen ed classes. That's what they called it in my school. Gen ed, regular gen ed classes where there's just one teacher with like 30 kids. So obviously they can't pay much attention to you. So that's why they thought that me being a special ed student was good for me. They really didn't want to move me because they wanted like me to have the extra attention with 2 teachers. But I was like, okay, I understand. I'm a little slow, but you could at least give me a chance and see if I can be able to do it. You know, that's all I wanted. I just wanted a fair chance. Literally, like just a fair chance. Just let me see if I could do it. And so finally, after going to meetings, so many different meetings, like, and it's crazy because my mom was never able to attend any of my meetings. I would be in the office and they would have all the paperwork. They would have my speech language teacher. They would have the school's therapist would come to the meetings, and then like one of my special ed teachers would come, and they would kind of all sit together at the chair with my IEP, and they would go over things that I needed to work on, that I still needed to work on, and things that have gotten better and stuff. And my mom, she was always on the phone. She was never able to like attend any of the meetings. She was on the phone, and they would go over my IEP. They would be like, so this is Shania's IEP. This is what we feel, what she needs more attention. Like, this is what we feel she needs to work on more, yada, yada, yada. And then they would be like, she's brought to us that she wants to try regular classes with like more than 30 kids in there and stuff. And they were a little concerned, but they were like, she's been doing good. We think we want to give her like 2, I forgot how many classes, regular classes I had, but I started off with like maybe like 2 regular classes in my schedule. And I can't tell you what they were because I don't really remember. I do remember though, I was in a regular English class. Because I was actually really good at English, like really good at English class. I was very good at writing, surprisingly. I was very good at writing. So they put me in a regular English class and then another regular class. I forgot what it was though. I forgot. But so it was 2 regular classes at a time. They mixed it into my schedule and they were like, let's see how you do with this. And so I was like, all right, bet. Like, so I'm telling you, I ate that shit up though. I literally ate it up. I was doing so good. And first of all, I love English. I loved that English class. I don't know why. There were so many kids and I felt so like, I felt good because I was like, oh my God, like some of these special ed kids that were in my class didn't get to experience what I experienced. They didn't get a chance. And now some of the special ed kids that were in my class, like they needed the extra attention and they needed the extra help. Like, and I wouldn't ever take that away from anyone. Like, if you need it, you need it. And you shouldn't try and like overwork yourself and overpush yourself. But I felt in my heart that I would be able to do it. So, and honestly, it really, now looking back, it doesn't even matter because we were learning the same shit that the regular kids were learning. Just we were always behind. We were given the same lessons, the same everything. That's literally what they told us. You know, they were like, even though you're in a smaller, it was just the size of the class. And the fact that there was 2 teachers. They were like, it's all the same thing. You're just learning everything a little slower than the other kids. The other kids are ahead of you, but it's the same material. And honestly, that's literally what it was. Because I would come to my friends, well, some of them, sometimes my friends would come up to me and they would be like, oh, like, this is what I have and this is what we're doing in class. And I'm like, we didn't do that. Sometimes though. Now, sometimes when they would show me the shit that they were working on, I was like, oh, we did that, or we're learning that right now, you know? So it was like wishy-washy. Sometimes we would learn at the same time. Sometimes we wouldn't learn the same material that they're learning. It really just depends on the class, honestly. I remember I took my earth science class. Earth science was a regular class and I loved it. There was like more than 30 kids in the classroom. So it was a regular English class I had. Earth science was a regular class. I was not special ed. So that was 2 regular classes I had. And trying to think, what was another one? I don't remember, you guys. It's been so long. But what I will say is, being an adult, now I realize why I had those classes in the first place. Because I learn a little slower than most people, and that's okay. And I used to beat myself up all the time, like over it. I was like, why? Like, why is my brain not functioning right? But my brain does function correctly. I wasn't a doo-doo bird, okay? I was fully aware of everything happening. I was just slow, that's all, like literally. And I still am, like, I have a problem paying attention to information. The comprehension skills is still bad, still very bad. Like, it takes me longer to understand what someone will be able to understand in like 2 seconds. It will take me a long time with like simple shit, like simple instructions. Like, someone could show me something, literally show me, and like, I'm seeing, I have eyes, like, I'm looking, I'm paying attention, but it's like, I still don't understand. Like, and I just won't understand it until I like see it like maybe like 100,000 times. Or if I do it, they can't just show me it. Like, I literally have to do it. And like, I'll have to do that like 100,000 times, whatever it is that someone's teaching me or showing me, you know? So it's frustrating. It's frustrating, like, being a kid, growing up like that is frustrating. But then when you get into your adulthood, it really, like, my learning disability really carried itself into my adult life, and it sucks. And I will tell you, I still get very upset and I get very frustrated, and I call myself names, and and it's not good. It's not good to be mean to yourself. I will tell you, I have been more mean to myself with my learning disability than other kids have. No one has ever called me names being in school. Well, they've called me names, but they never hinted at my learning disability. They never called me any, like, they never called me retarded. They never did any of that. I have called myself that so many times. Just recently, I actually called myself a retard. And it's not nice. It's not nice to be mean to yourself. Yes, I am slow. Yes, I am. And I will admit that. And I'm not going to hide that, My learning disability has kept me from wanting to pursue certain careers in my life. You guys know, well, I don't know if you know, but if you know me, you know that I love entertainment. I love being in the spotlight. So I thought maybe an acting career would be the best fit for me because I like the attention. I love it, But then I realized that, maybe I can't do that because you have to have very good, like, memory skill, very good, just everything. Like, your mind has to be sharp like a tack when you're doing that. And I realized that, like, my mind, I just don't have it. And so it kind of, like, stopped me from wanting to be an actress. Because there's no way I could do that. I would literally, listen, that career would not work out for me. They would hate my ass because, like, I would be forgetting everything. I would be really, it would just be a lot. It would be a lot. And I feel like my brain would not be able to handle all of that. So it stopped me from doing that. Also, my learning disability has stopped me from being a nurse. When I was younger, I always wanted to be a nurse, but then I realized that maybe I can't be a nurse because that's a lot of math, that's a lot of going to school, and I was like, oh wow, I just don't have it in me. So yeah, it stopped me from 2 major careers that I wanted in my life. And now looking at it, I don't want to be a nurse, not because of my learning disability, but because I am not a patient person. So yeah, but the acting is all because of my learning disability. That's why I don't want to do it. And it's really made me sad. It's it's really hurt me. It's hurt it's hurt me in my childhood, and it's also hurt me in my adult life, and it's still hurting me in my adult life. But I guess I gotta figure out a way to sharpen my mind, to make my mind a little better, a little faster. But yeah, so I really wanted to come on here and share that with you guys, because I don't really talk about it a lot, because what is there to talk about, you know? I've been in special ed, like pretty much my whole entire school. Like, I graduated high school still in special ed. So it's like, what is there really to say, you know? But I guess I wanted to come on here and talk about it. Maybe it might help someone. Maybe someone could relate. If you could relate, if you have any stories, comment down below. I would love to read it. And we could chit chat, you know? Never feel like you're alone with your learning disability, because I'm telling you, there might be someone else in the world that's experiencing or has experienced the same thing and is going through the same thing as you. So yeah, you guys. Oh, my roommate, so annoying. Anyways, but yeah, so that was it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you guys, and comment down below what you want me to talk about on this podcast channel. It's going good so far. So I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.